Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. In our crash course for Prelims 2021 Inspire. In today's session, we'll study Parliament and Parliamentary Committees. Yes friends, so as we have covered few topics covered under the Parliament, yes, it's my pleasure to welcome you all on Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. Yes, where you will get daily life classes, structured courses, unlimited access for live and recorded classes. Yes, we 100 plus top educators will guide you throughout your journey. It's me, Rushikesh Inamdar, guiding UPSC aspirants from last 8 years. You can follow me on Unacademy and also you can join our Telegram group using this link. Yes, here is the mega subscription offer. Those aspirants have subscription of Unacademy and want to extend their validity of a subscription. So under this mega subscription offer, will extend 1 year Unacademy subscription validity till next prelims, that is prelims 2022. Yes, you can use code RBI Live at the time of extend this validity, that is under mega subscription offer. Yes friends, the validity of this mega subscription offer till 31st March 2021. Yes, and this offer is applicable for GS, iconic, combo and optional subscription as well. Yes, those aspirants are planning to start their preparation with our paid courses. We have plus and iconic courses. Yes, which will boost up your preparation and you will get 10% discount after using referral code RBI Live. Yes friends, so using this referral code you will eligible to get 10% discount. And also those aspirants are planning to start their preparation along with GS and optional subjects. On optional subscription also we are providing 10% discount using referral code RBI Live. Yes, those aspirants are pursuing their graduation or those aspirants are planning to start their preparation after their 12th examination, they can opt our iconic subscription where they will get all the features of plus subscription along with other features like personal guidance, study planner and experts guidelines. So my suggestion to all those aspirants, they can opt with the iconic subscription. Yes, congratulations to all aspirants who have cracked Civil Services Main Examination 2020. Unacademy conducting a comprehensive interview guidance program for them. Yes, so it's absolutely free and our interview panelists and mentors will guide them in the important phase of interview. We are conducting DAF analysis and mock interviews. Yes, there is the plus point that here is the flexible schedule as per your convenience. You can attend these mock interviews and all interview sessions. Yes, after that, those aspirants are planning to start preparation with GS and optional subject. We have combo subscription as well. So for the 1 year, 2 year or 3 year duration, you can opt this combo subscription as per your convenience, and again also you will get 10% discount after using referral code RBI Live. Yes friends, this is the free test series for all aspirants. So yes, hello everyone. So in this test series we will cover complete general studies and current affairs. Yes, you have to just use code RBI Live to unlock these tests. These are the new batches for the UPSC CSE. Yes friends. So these are the batches as per your convenience. You can join these batches like for 1 year, 2 year batches, along with the batches for prelims oriented and NCERT batches as well. Yes. So we'll start today's topic with Parliament and constituent parts and functions of Parliament. Yes. So friends, in previous session we have covered like Parliament privileges, three types of fund we have covered. Yes. Then legislative, executive and financial powers of Parliament. Now we'll see the constituent powers and functions of Parliament. Yes. So the Parliament is vested with the power to amend Constitution under Article 368. Yes. By way of addition, variation and revel. Yes. By way of addition, variation or repeal of any provision given in the Constitution. Yes, except the basic structure of Constitution. Now, the power to initiate the process of amendment of the Constitution lies exclusively in the hands of the Parliament and not the state legislature. Yes, there is only one exception, that is, the state legislature can pass a resolution requesting the Parliament for the creation or abolition of the Legislative Council in the state. Yes. So, these are the constituent powers and functions. Yes. So Article 368 is talked about the powers of amendment. Yes. So the Parliament can amend the Constitution in three ways. So by simple majority, then by special majority, and by special majority, but with the consent of half of all the state legislatures. Yes, only a few provisions of Constitution can be amended by the Parliament and with the consent of at least half of the state legislatures. Yes. So, if we are talking about the amendment provisions by the Parliament, so there are three ways. First is by simple majority. Yes, so major part of the constitution can amend by simple majority. Yes, some other provisions of the constitution amend by special majority, and only few provisions of the constitution can be amended by special majority but with consent of half of all the state legislatures. Yes, now the constituent power of parliament is subject to the basic structure of the constitution and not absolute, unlimited. Yes, so which is observed or stated in the judgment in Keshwananda Bharati case 1973. Yes friends, so constituent power of the parliament is subject to the basic structure of the constitution and not absolute or unlimited. Yes, so a parliament cannot change the basic structure of our constitution. Yes, now after that we'll see judicial powers and functions of a parliament. Yes, so we'll see the judicial powers. Yes, yes Ramkumar, we are studying parliament and parliamentary committees in today's session. Now we have covered the constituent powers and functions of the parliament. Now we'll see judicial powers and functions. So it can, under the judicial powers, parliament can impeach the president for the violation of the constitution. Yes, parliament can remove the vice president from his office. It recommend the removal of judges including chief justice of the supreme court and the high courts, chief election commissioner, comptroller and auditor general. Yes, so the parliament can recommend the removal of judges to the president. Yes, he can recommend the removal of these officials, or he can send the recommendation to the president for the removal of judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts, Chief Election Commissioner, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Yes, Parliament can punish its members or outsiders for the breach of its privileges or its contempt. Yes. Now, after judicial powers, we'll see electoral powers and functions of the parliament. So, the parliament participates in the election of the president and elects the vice president. Yes, the Lok Sabha elects its speaker and deputy speaker, while the Rajya Sabha elects its deputy chairman. Yes, the parliament is also authorized to make laws to regulate the election to the offices of president and vice president. Yes, to both the houses of parliament and to both the houses of the state legislature. So, our parliament is also authorized to make laws to regulate the election to the offices of president and vice president. to both the houses of parliament and to both the houses of the state legislature. Parliament enacted the Presidential and Vice Presidential Election Act 1952 and the Representation of People Act 1950 and the Representation of People Act 1951, etc. So our Parliament enacted the Presidential and Vice Presidential Election Act 1952, the RPA 1950 and 1951. Yes. After that, we'll see other powers and functions of Parliament. Yes, it serves as the highest deliberative body in the country. It discusses various issues of national and international significance. Yes, it approves all the three types of emergencies proclaimed by the President. Yes, Parliament approves all the three types of emergencies proclaimed by the President. Yes, it can create or abolish the state legislative councils under Article 169 of our Constitution on the recommendation of the concerned state legislative assemblies. Yes, it can increase or decrease the area, alter the boundaries, and change the names of states of the Indian Union. Yes, it can regulate the organization and jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and High Courts and can establish common High Court for two or more states. Yes. So Parliament can regulate the organization and jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and High Courts and can establish common High Court for two or more states. Then, after we'll see the sovereignty of Parliament. Yes, the doctrine of sovereignty of Parliament is associated with cardinal feature of the British Parliament. Yes. So, the sovereignty entails the supreme power within the state. That supreme power in Great Britain lies with the Parliament. So, there are no legal restrictions on its authority and jurisdiction. Yes, according to A.V. Dicey, British jurist, principle has three implications. Yes, the Parliament can make, amend, substitute or repeal any law. There is no legal distinction between the constituent authority and the legislative authority of the British Parliament. Yes, in the context of British Parliament, British jurists talked about this sovereignty principle. Yes, the parliamentary laws cannot be declared invalid by the judiciary as being unconstitutional and no system of judicial writ in Britain. Yes, in Indian Parliament cannot be regarded as a sovereign body as there are legal restrictions on its authority and jurisdictions. Yes. Now, if we are talking about sovereignty of Parliament, so in the context of Indian Parliament cannot be regarded as a sovereign body as there are legal restrictions on its authority and jurisdiction. Yes. So, the factors that limit the sovereignty of Indian Parliament are federal system of government. Yes, federal system of government with a constitutional division of powers between the union and the states. Yes, written nature of the constitution. Yes, define the authority and jurisdiction of all the three organs of the union government and the nature of interrelationship between them. Yes, system of judicial review. So independent judiciary with the power of judicial review. Codification of justiciable fundamental rights under Part 3 of the Constitution. Yes, these are the factors that limit the sovereignty of Indian Parliament, federal system, written nature of the Constitution, system of judicial review, and codification of justiciable fundamental rights. Yes, so there is no codification of justiciable fundamental rights in the Constitution of Britain, and the British Parliament has also not made any law that lays down the fundamental rights of the citizen. Yes, yet there is maximum liberty in Britain due to existence of the rule of law, whereas in United States of America the sovereignty of Congress, that is legislature, is legally restricted by the written character. Yes, written character of the Constitution. And the federal system of government, the system of judicial review, and the Bill of Rights similar to Indian Parliament. Yes, these features are similar with the USA and India in context of sovereignty. Yes, now we'll see the special powers of Lok Sabha. Yes, after this, constituent powers, judicial powers. Now we'll see the special powers of Lok Sabha. So Article 75, Council of Ministers is directly responsible to Lok Sabha. So as far as money bill is concerned, Lok Sabha is superior to Rajya Sabha. Yes. Then joint sitting presided by Lok Sabha Speaker and governed by rules of Lok Sabha. Yes, Lok Sabha has an advantageous position in dealing with resolution of deadlock attributed to numerical strength and want of a spatial majority. Yes, power to withdraw national emergency prematurely. Yes, numerical strength of members of Lok Sabha is more in most parliamentary standing committees, and dominance of Lok Sabha in all joint parliamentary committees. Yes. Then we'll see the special powers of Rajya Sabha. Yes, it can authorize the parliament to make a law on a state list under Article 249. Yes, it can authorize the parliament to create new all India services common to both the center and state, which is described under Article 312, Article 312, which deals with the Parliament can authorize to create new all India services common to both the center and states. Yes, only Rajya Sabha can initiate a move for the removal of vice president. Yes, which is mentioned under Article 67. If a proclamation is issued by the President for imposing a national emergency or President's rule or financial emergency at a time when the Lok Sabha has been dissolved or the dissolution of the Lok Sabha takes place within the period allowed for its approval, then the proclamation can remain effective even if it is approved by the Rajya Sabha alone, which is mentioned under Article 352, 356 and 360. Yes, these are the special powers of Rajya Sabha. Yes, there are exceptions. Financial matters and control over the Council of Ministers, the powers and status of Rajya Sabha in all other spheres are broadly equal and coordinate with that of the Lok Sabha. Yes, so our constitutional system position of the Rajya Sabha is not as weak as that of House of Lords in the Britain or in the British constitutional system, and not as strong as the Senate in the American constitutional system. Yes. So, we are maintaining balance. Yes. So, utility of Rajya Sabha. After the powers, we'll see the utility of Rajya Sabha. So, it enables participation of the senior politicians and statement in politics. Yes, prevents hasty and ill-convinced, defective, careless legislations. That is House of Corrections. Yes, Rajya Sabha ensures that the constitution does not become a playing card in the hands of the ruling party. Rajya Sabha gives representation to the states and protects their interest, maintains federal equilibrium. Yes, facilitation of intellectuals and persons from all walk of life. Yes, it is not as powerful as the US Senate, nor as weak as the House of Lords in Britain. So, checks arbitrariness of Lok Sabha where it has equal powers. Yes. Now, position of Rajya Sabha vice versa Lok Sabha. Yes. So, equal status with Lok Sabha. Introduction and passage of ordinary bills. Introduction and passage of constitutional amendment bills. Introduction and passage of financial bills involving expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India. Yes, election and impeachment of the president. Election and removal of the vice president. So Rajya Sabha alone can initiate the removal of the vice president. Making recommendation to the president for the removal of Chief Justice and judges of Supreme Court and High Court, Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners, and CAG. Yes, Comptroller Auditor General of India. Yes. So, approval of ordinances issued by the Parliament. Then, approval of proclamation of all three types of emergencies by the President. Selection of ministers, including the Prime Minister. Consideration of the reports of the constitutional bodies like Finance Commission, UPSC, and CAG. Yes, enlargement of the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. Yes. Now, unequal status with Lok Sabha. So, a money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Yes. The unequal status of Rajya Sabha with Lok Sabha, where a money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha cannot amend or reject a money bill. It should return the bill within 14 days to Lok Sabha. A financial bill not containing solely the matters of Article 110 also can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. With regard to its passage, both the houses have equal powers. In our constitutional system, position of the Rajya Sabha is not as weak as that of the House of Lords in the British constitutional system, and nor as strong as that of the Senate in the American constitutional system. Yes, the final power to decide whether a particular bill is a money bill or not is vested in the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Yes, these are the unequal status with the Lok Sabha. Yes. Now, the Speaker of Lok Sabha presides over the joint sitting of both the houses. Voting of the demands for grants in the exclusive privilege of the Lok Sabha. Yes, a resolution for the discontinuance of the national emergency can be passed only by the Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha cannot remove the Council of Ministers by passing a no confidence motion. So, Council of Ministers is collectively responsible only to the Lok Sabha. However, the Rajya Sabha can discuss and criticize the policies and activities of the government. Yes, Council of Ministers is collectively responsible only to the Lok Sabha. However, the Rajya Sabha can discuss and criticize the policies and activities of government and also forward the suggestions in regard with the policies. Yes. Then we'll see the critic of Rajya Sabha. Yes, after equal or unequal powers, now we'll see the critic of Rajya Sabha. Yes. So Rajya Sabha is a federal chamber with non-federal features. Yes. Then the role of Rajya Sabha as a revision chamber has been poor. Yes. Now, Rajya Sabha has failed to check encroachment of the center on the state domain, and Rajya Sabha is the pale shadow of Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha has failed to establish a separate identity for itself, so failed to emerge as House of Elders. So these are the critic of Rajya Sabha, where Rajya Sabha is federal chamber with non-federal features, that is representation to union territories, presence of nominated members, removal of domicile requirement since 2003, and unequal representation to the states. Yes, these are the critic. Yes. So, becoming heaven or rehabilitation platform for capitalist, retired bureaucrats and former judges. This is also one of the criticism. Yes, abuse and misuse of provision of nomination. Rajya Sabha's role as a guardian of the constitution has been poor and eroding further. Yes. Now, arguments against equal representation in Rajya Sabha. Yes. So, our constitution is not the result of an agreement between formerly independent colonies. It may increase demand for smaller states. Population and territorial size varies significantly across states. A few small states may hold back an important amendment and legislation. Yes, the Nehru Committee report of 1928 also opposed it. Yes. So now we'll see the problems with Parliament. Yes, politics of disruption by opposition. So frequent walkouts, unruly behavior, and shouting on the floors of the House. Number of days for which Parliament sits and devotes time to transaction of business come down drastically. Yes, time for lawmaking has been ceasing day by day. 48% in the first Lok Sabha, less than 20% in 16th Lok Sabha. Criminalization of politics. Yes, more than 35% members facing criminal charges. And this violates the basic principle that lawbreakers cannot be lawmakers. Then, increasing average age of MPs from 45 years to more than 50 years in the present Lok Sabha. Yes. Now, prevalence of nepotism and corruption to get elected. Yes. Representation to women is far less. So 17 Lok Sabha 2019 has 78 women members, around 15%. So this implies that mere 15% represents 49% of the population. Then most women come from Bahubeti Bibi of established politicians. So too few women come and represent mainstream women movements. Yes. So why Constituent Assembly opt for parliamentary system? So the more democratic and representative to sections, regions, interests. As we were incipient democracy, we choose accountability over stability. Then historical legacy and constitutional tradition. That is Government of India Act 1990 and 1935. Yes, presence for avoidance of legislative executive conflicts. Nehru report and Tej Bahadur subcommittee recommendations. Yes. Need for parliamentary control on executive. Yes, India has indirect representative parliamentary democracy. So parliament is custodian of public finances. Yes. So it checks authoritarian tendencies of the government commanding the majority. Yes, to sensitize the incumbent government on public issues. Yes, to shape public opinion and ensure equilibrium in public policy. Ensure enactment of objective, fair, and sound legislation. Yes. Now, means of parliamentary control on executive. 0 hour, question hour, all motions and resolutions, discussion on presidential speech, budgetary procedure, parliamentary committee mechanism, no confidence and censure motion. Yes. Then, problems of parliamentary control. Yes. Now we'll see the problems of parliamentary control. So, administration is becoming more and more technical, increasing resort to delegated legislation with poor oversight, declining quality and merit of debates, decreasing number of sittings in the House. This translates in erosion of economic resources, fragmented opposition with obstructionist tendencies, rising ineffectivity of question hour and 0 hour. Standing committees are less acquainted with technical aspects of working of the House. Yes. So, these are the constituent powers and functions we have covered. Then, Parliament power of amendment with three ways, that is simple majority, special majority, and special majority, but with the consent of half of all the state legislatures. Then we have covered judicial powers and functions of the parliament, electoral powers and functions, then other powers and functions in the context of parliament, then sovereignty features of our parliament in context with British parliament and USA parliament. Yes, then we have covered special powers of Lok Sabha, then utility of Rajya Sabha, yes, then position of Rajya Sabha, then unequal status with Lok Sabha and critique of Rajya Sabha, then argument against equal representation, and then problems with parliament we have covered. So then need for parliamentary control on executive, means of parliamentary control on executive, problems of parliamentary control. Now we'll start with the parliamentary committees. Yes. So we'll see the origin of committees. So here we can understand in recent sessions of Parliament, certain bills were passed without the scrutiny by parliamentary standing committees. Now we'll see the topic in detail. Parliamentary committees. Yes, origin of committees. So system of parliamentary committees can be traced back in Government of India Act 1919. In the post-independence period, they are mentioned in various rules of the House. Yes, rules of the Houses, example, PSC Estimate Committee, Committee on PSU. Then Constitution of India under Article 344, States and Laws. So Joint Committee on Salary Allowances of Member of Parliaments. So 2. Adoption of motions and resolutions, that is Select Committee. Under powers of presiding officers, General Purpose Committee. Then after that we'll see relevance of committees. Yes, so useful in dealings with technical aspects, help in utilizing limited parliamentary time for other important works, so which upholds principle of accountability of executive to legislature. So Parliament is assisted by a number of committees in the discharge of its duties, ensure detailed scrutiny and uphold government accountability. Yes, work in non-partisan manner, aids the opposition to play a greater role in exercising control over the executive. Yes, engage with relevant stakeholders and ensure financial prudence. Yes. So, conditions for parliamentary committee, which is appointed or elected by the House or nominated by the Speaker and Chairman. So, the works under the direction of the Speaker and Chairman. Yes, which presents its report to the House or to the Speaker or Chairman. Yes, the committee has secretariat provided by Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Yes, the consultative committees consist of members of parliament is not parliamentary committees as they do not fulfill above four conditions. Yes. Now we will see the types of committees. So, in recent session of Parliament, certain bills were passed without the scrutiny by parliamentary standing committees. So, the types of committees, that is standing committee, ad hoc committee. So, the standing committee are the permanent in nature, constituent every year and work on continuous basis. Yes, where ad hoc committees are temporary in nature and cease to exist on completion of the task assigned to them. Yes. So this is the difference between standing committee and ad hoc committee. Yes. Then we'll see The Public Account Committee, PSC. Yes. So first set up in 1921 under the provision of the Government of India Act 1919. Yes. In 1991, Public Account Committee was headed by the Finance Minister. So presently, it consists of 22 members, Lok Sabha 15 and Rajya Sabha 7. Then election of members. Yes, every year by the Parliament from amongst its members according to the principle of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. It ensures that all parties get due representation in it. Then term of office of the members, that is 1 year. Yes, a minister cannot be elected as a member of the committee. Yes, so this is the committee, Public Account Committee, where a minister cannot be elected as a member of the committee. Then chairperson appointed from among its members by the speaker. Yes, the functions of Public Account Committee, PSC. So, which examine the annual audit reports of the CAG which are laid before the Parliament by the President. Yes. Then the CAG submits 3 audit reports to the President. The audit report on appropriation accounts, audit report on finance accounts, and audit report on public undertakings. Yes, so examine public expenditure also from the point of view of economy, prudence, wisdom, and propriety. Yes, to examine the appropriation accounts and the finance accounts of the union government and any other accounts laid before the Lok Sabha. Yes, this is the function of PSE. To examine the accounts of state corporations, trading concerns, and manufacturing projects and the audit report of CAG on them. To examine the accounts of autonomous and semi-autonomous bodies, the audit of which is conducted by the CAG. To examine the money spent on any service during a financial year is excess of the amount granted by the Lok Sabha. And PSC is assisted by the CAG, and CAG acts as a guide, friend, and philosopher of the Public Account Committee. Yes. So, these are the functions of PSC. Now we'll see the limitations of PSC. Yes, since 1967, a convention has developed whereby the chairman of the committee is selected invariably from the opposition. Earlier was from ruling party. Yes, PSC is assisted by the CAG. Yes, it is not concerned with the questions of policy in a broader sense. Yes, it conducts a post-mortem examination of accounts. It cannot intervene in the matters of day-to-day administration. Committee recommendations. Committee recommendations are advisory and not binding on the ministers. Yes, it is vested. Yes, it is not vested with the power of disallowance of expenditure by the departments, and it is not an executive body, hence cannot issue an order. Yes, so these are the limitations of PSE. Yes, so in today's session we have covered parliament and few topics related with the parliamentary committees. So we have started with constituent powers and functions of the parliament. Yes, so the parliament is vested with the power to amend the constitution by the way of addition, variation, or repeal of any provision. Yes, parliament can amend the constitution by simple majority, special majority with the consent of half of all the state legislatures. Yes, the constituent part of the parliament is subject to the basic structure of the constitution. Then we have covered judicial powers and functions, then electoral powers and functions. Yes, so parliament participates in the election of president and vice president. Yes, then we have covered other powers and functions of the parliament. Then we have studied sovereignty feature of the parliament in context of other parliaments like USA and Britain. So there are factors that limit the sovereignty of Indian Parliament are federal system of government, written nature of the constitution, and system of judicial review, codification of justiciable fundamental rights. Yes. Then we have covered special powers of Lok Sabha, special powers of Rajya Sabha, then utility of Rajya Sabha, position of Rajya Sabha vice versa Lok Sabha, unequal status with LS. Yes, Rajya Sabha's unequal status with Lok Sabha. Then critic of Rajya Sabha. Then arguments against equal representation in Rajya Sabha. Then we have covered various problems with Parliament, why we opted for parliamentary system, the need for parliamentary control on executive. Then we have covered means of parliamentary control on executive through zero hour, question hour, all motions and resolutions, discussion on presidential speech, budgetary procedure, parliamentary committee mechanism, no confidence and censure motion. Yes, then problems of parliamentary control. Yes, then we have covered the parliamentary committee. So, the system of parliamentary committees can be tracked back in Government of India Act 1919. Then we have covered the relevance of committees, relevance of parliamentary committees. Yes, which is useful in dealings with technical aspects, help in utilizing limited parliamentary time for other important work, uphold principles of accountability of executive to legislature. Parliament is assisted by a number of committees in the discharge of its duties. Then we have covered conditions for parliamentary committee. Yes, is appointed or elected by the House or nominated by the Speaker or Chairman, works under the direct of the Speaker or Chairman, presents its report to the House or to the Speaker or Chairman, has a secretariat provided by the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Yes. Then we have studied types of committees: standing committee, ad hoc committee. So standing committee is permanent in nature, where constituent, where ad hoc committee is a temporary in nature. Then we have covered public account committee. Yes, was first set up in 1921 under the provisions of the Government of India Act 1919. Then we have covered functions of PSE. Yes. Then we have covered the limitations of public account committee. Yes. So basically, it is not an executive body and hence cannot issue an order. Yes, so that's it for today's session. So friends, will continue with the parliamentary committees and will continue that topic, and we'll see the remaining provisions under parliamentary committees in the next lecture. So you can join our Telegram group using this given link, and also you can use a referral code RBI Live to get 10% discount in our paid subscriptions. Yes friends, do not forget to like, share and subscribe our YouTube Unacademy's video on YouTube, and you can attend the special classes on our Unacademy app. Yes friends, and finally, those aspirants are appearing for prelims. Now it's only approx 19 days to go, so just make a proper strategy for your preliminary examination. We will guide you throughout various strategy sessions. We are conducting very MCQs and PYQ sessions as well. I hope many of you have attended the carnival on last Saturday. Yes. So friends, keep studying, keep learning. See you in the next lecture. Take care. Thank you.